And today I'm going to be talking about solo trips and why I like them, how I take them, and everything about it. Why I like solo trips is because I've realized that I thrive when I'm by myself. I can be by myself, I can eat by myself, I can cook by myself, I can live by myself, I can literally do things better when I'm by myself. I do not really have to think about anybody else. I do not have to think what they're thinking, what they're saying, literally nothing. That's what I like about being alone or being solo. But coming to solo trips is exciting because firstly, it is a very adventurous task of your life to be able to get out of your comfort zone and do something that you've not done at all. This is a risk worth taking. This is something you should definitely give a shot at. I'm not going to go ahead and say like go ahead and travel outside of the country, go that, go this, because we all are people who are still learning and figuring out. And solo trip can always start slow, places close to you or something that you feel comfortable. And let me tell you guys, I really feel like if you can survive India, you can survive literally anywhere. You can pick up places that's closer to you. Now, for me, if I'm in Bangalore, the closest place for me to solo travel would be Mysore or Coorg. Definitely Coorg because it's beautiful and it's amazing. You start up with deciding a place first. For me, it's Coorg. You're gonna go ahead, look for places to stay there. You have Airbnbs, you have booking.com, make my trip normal. If you just like places to stay in Coorg, and you'll find like so many of them, or curate a few of them, like a few of them, take a screenshots of them, and then you compare what is your budget like, what is it that you want to stay like, how many days are you going for. Now for me, I'm a slow traveler. I do not like to just go there, finish it off, and then come back. I really like to take it slow. So when I go to places, I do a 5-day trip or a 4-day trip where 2 days would be me trying to cover all the places around, and then 2 days would be me just taking a step back, relaxing, chilling. Once you've decided your place, you're going to go ahead and figure out transport. How are you going to reach there? So from Bangalore to Coorg, bus. Sleepers, you have seaters, you have literally all kind of buses. Just put a red bus and you'll get all the private sleeper buses. If you go to the KSRTC, your government website, you'll get all the government buses. Another thing, if you are someone who knows how to drive a car, then you can definitely take a nice long drive to Coorg, because driving to Coorg is also a very beautiful experience. Okay, this is just me giving an example of Coorg, but you can pick up whatever you like. So you see the mode of transportation. How exactly would you like to travel? When do you have to leave? What's the weather like? What's the temperature like? With me, I've done this mistake. I've just been like, oh, okay, it'll be a nice weather. Gone there, it's cold. Or gone there, it's too hot. And my clothes are not matching. Go ahead, check the weather, check the temperature, then decide how your outfits have to be. Always carry a jacket just in case it gets cold. Next, you are going to figure out things to do there. Again, Airbnb has an option. So if you see, when you open Airbnb, you have something called stays, you have something called experiences. If you tap on experiences, put the location, put the date, you'll find these local experiences that people have. The reason I like Airbnbs is because it's people hosting them. So it's basically like, let's say if I have an experience in Coorg where you get to come and see my coffee estate and just indulge in a few things, then I will say experience coffee culture in Coorg hosted by Radha Tirana, and then you'll get to know everything about the host. Let's say you go to Delhi and you look for it, oh, we're going to cover this. So it is like must visit places, and then it becomes extremely touristy, and which you have to do because this is the first time you're in Delhi, so you finish that. But with local experiences and Airbnb experiences, you get to experience things with the local, to somebody who's lived in Coorg, why they like to do this and everything, and you get to connect with people while you also experience the place for yourself. So you can definitely check out what are the Airbnb experiences you have. You also have Viator, more websites. Just put things to do in Coorg, and you get so many of them. And whatever you like doing, whatever you want to fit into your budget, you can go with that. Then you curate what are the things you like, do your little research here and there, what you want to go for. But you can also keep it completely impromptu. You can just book your tickets, go there, and then you figure it out there, as long as you're confident with yourself. All of this is such a thrill, so much work that you're doing. You're watching YouTube videos, you're talking to people, you're seeing reels that can give you some motivation, they'll give you tips and tricks. At the end of the day, it's you against the whole itinerary. I really, really enjoy that process. Once you go there and you realize you have to be by yourself, you have to figure out things by yourself, you have to enjoy by yourself. And let me tell you, maybe the first few hours or a day might be tricky for you, and you're like, why am I doing this? But trust me, the more you take it, the more you go around, you will enjoy it. Solo trips are never solo because you end up making so many friends and so many people along the way. You'll talk to the locals, you'll ask for directions, you're going to be like, hey, I'm traveling solo. You'll join people in a group. It's just a blend because it just pushes you out of your comfort zone so much that you don't realize how that you were capable of doing something like this. For me, I basically do make sure that I'm sending my location to my parents, giving them an update regularly, making sure that you are at places that is safe as well. Let's say in India, definitely you don't want to step out in the night because it's not safe. But let's say Malaysia for that matter, or Singapore for that matter, they're all very safe. Dubai for that matter, they're extremely, extremely safe. Spain would not recommend. You need to understand what places offer you what kind of freedom and you align accordingly. When it comes to food, again, veg, non-veg, you decide what you want to do. You can experiment. I love experimenting. I love eating the local food. So I do go out, I check it out and see what is there. For me, I usually do not like, see, I can do a sit down and talk video, but you'll rarely see me vlogging because it's too much work. I feel like then always constantly recording and it becomes exhausting. Vacations for me has been like an escape from the work that I'm already doing. So for me to come here and work again is too much. What I like to do is obviously create memories. I take snippets of everything that I find amazing and then I make content out of it so I can remember. But for you to remember, all you can do is like take snippets of it, use a trending audio, make content out of it for yourself, because when you go back and you be like, this is my first solo trip, this is my second solo trip, this is my third solo trip. I'll tell you one thing, solo trip just is the most amazing thing that you could ever do. I have so much fun. I am just so happy and relaxed. I just get to spend so much time with myself, realize a lot of things. So I'm 26, so now I'm understanding the concept of energies, how the place gives you a certain energy, how people drain your energy, how there's negative energy, positive energy. I mean, I'm somebody who never believed in that, but now I'm like, okay, you're draining my energy. I want to stay away from you. Okay, negative energy, stay away from me. Positivity, I like that. So I have reached that stage of my life. But all I'm gonna say is take that first step. Start slow. Start with places that you like. You could literally just pick up a place in your own city or town or village, take your picnic mat or like a piece of cloth, go there, sit there, read a book. Even that could be a little solo adventure of your own. It does not have to be a trip, but it's an adventure. Figuring out things that you like to do by yourself is literally the key to begin. But I really think you can crack this, and I cannot wait to see a lot of your solo traveling experiences. And do tag me if you do so. That's it for this one. Until next time, sayonara. This is Meera Turana signing off. I'm going to go ahead and take in this view because this is very, very beautiful. Mwah.